What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are traditional fans with opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. What's Wonderland, Episode 7. So in this one, Riddles won the duel against Ace and Deuce, and he, basically mocks them, saying that, they had no chance, which, magically they did not. Riddle was that much better of a wizard. And he says, basically shitting themselves, like he says, their parent, like basically, like their parents should be basically their parents did a terrible job raising them, training them in magic. And you see Deuce getting pissed off. Then you see Ace just punches Riddle in the face in front of everyone. So you have Crowley there. So he's like, screw the duel. And he just calls him a baby, boxer to his face. Ace just basically tells him off. And you see everyone's like, well, Ace is right. Then they all start criticizing Riddle. Riddle, like, it's like he just starts using the off your head spell on everyone. And probably he's like, "Hey, calm down. You gotta stop this." Like he's like, "You gotta stop this." And then like you see like the blot and that the negative energy that builds up whenever magic um it gets overused, so it causes Riddle to overblot, and he turns to like some like monster, like some like ink monster or whatever. And so yeah, so that sets up and yeah, so Trey uses his spell to change the basically the makeup of the locks, so he's able to undo the off with your head spell, so allowing Ace, Deuce, like Grim to use magic, and you know basically, yeah. So, and you see some of Riddle's backstory, like, so you see like his mother was very strict, so especially in regards to his sugar, his diet, how his basically his social life, and then that's kind of how why his personality is what he is. Ace says ultimately it's your fault. Like, yeah, regardless of what your parents do, like we're not trophies to be. He's like we're not trophies for our parents to brag about. You know, so he basically it's ultimately Riddle's fault, and he's like he basically tells Riddle how he never made he doesn't have any friend who's willing to tell him anything. And trace it, you see his mind saying he wish he could change the makeup of himself, like the one who was unable to help him over the years. So yeah, so this ends Riddle basically being full on overblood. So they're basically the monsters in control. So then yeah, so that's the finale where they're obviously gonna finish that fight. So yeah, I like this episode. Like how they showed Bill's backstory, showed how everyone finally just had enough of it, and Crowley's like, okay, and Crowley's like, okay, this has gone way too long. This has gone too far. So yeah, so obviously, dude, like the visuals for the magic was freaking cool. Like the way they showed the overblot was freaking awesome. So yeah, I really like this episode. Looking forward to the next one. Percy Jackson, the Olympians, season 2, episodes 1 and 2. So yeah, so in in these episodes. So Percy's been attending Meriwether College Prep with Tyson. Basically, is a homeless guy who Sally took in. Basically, he's a Cyclops. And, well, people who read the books already know that. Now, in this show, now in the book, Percy didn't recognize that Tyson was Cyclops until the mist had weared off later. But, but in the show, he's portrayed like, yes, Percy and Sally both knew he was a Cyclops. And that Tyson stays with him, that which is not in the books. Like, basically, in the books, Tyson's just a homeless kid that the school took on as like a charity case. So Percy's a dream about Grover being captured, and then he and Tyson they're stopped by the Gray Sisters taxi and Annabeth, who's concerned about the Camp Half Blood being attacked, and then so they're attacked by Lystrigonians. Clarice kills one of them. And now in the taxi, his sisters tell them that Percy sent numbers about where to find Grover, and so and then yeah, so then they see Luke poisoning Talia's tree, which screws with the barrier, the protective barrier of the tree. So and so basically, so Tyson normally would not be able to get into the camp, but Annabeth gave her permission for him to get in. No, Khalees and Tantalus. So Tantalus was like basically he was like a king who was punished to basically not be able to eat or whatever. So they were about to kill Tyson, but then Poseidon claims him, which revealing he's like Tyson is Percy's half brother. So Percy and Beth try to get Dionysus and Tantalus to send him on a quest to save the Walia's tree, but they refuse. Those two refuse. So basically, so through telepathic link, Grover tells Percy that he's held captive by Polyphemus Island and that the Golden Fleece is there, and that basically, so Percy realizes that the island, Polyphemus' island, is the coordinates that the sisters gave him, and so Annabeth then contacts Chiron about and basically, and Percy talks to Tantalus, and they explain about the fleece, how they could save the tree. Chiron tells Annabeth that Percy cannot go after the fleece due to a great prophecy. About the whole deal about the child, the big three, will either save or destroy the world. Then, yeah, so after that, so then there's a cherry race where the winner can make a request or whatever. So knowing what Chiron said, Annabeth tries to sabotage Percy and Tyson so that she can go quest and they don't. And then, so while the race is going on, Stymphalian birds go through the barrier, and with Percy and Tyson draw them up by playing the Mariah Carey song "Emotions." Yeah, and apparently it's revealed tells campers that the barrier has a week left. So with Clarice winning the race, when the birds attacked, Tantalus names Clarice champion and sends a request to go after the fleece. Now, in the book, Clarice goes alone because of so. In the books, there's a prophet. There's a prophecy in each book that always has something to do with the quest. In the book, Clarice goes alone. Like she doesn't take anyone with her. basically kind of prove herself, and due to the words of the prophecy, she goes alone. In the show, she chooses Annabeth to go with her. Annabeth and Chris Rodriguez. Now, Chris Rodriguez in the book is someone that Clarice has a crush on, and Chris Rodriguez is already with Luke's side. So basically, this show's gonna show Chris Rodriguez probably betray Clarice at some point. And then yeah, so basically Percy's pissed at Annabeth for when he learns that she tried to sabotage him and learn about that she told Clarice to not pick him. Percy tries to go run away to save Grover, and Hermes appears with the message from Poseidon, which allows him to go on a quest for Grover, and gives him some wind thermos, vitamins. So Annabeth arrives to help, to stop Percy from leaving, but Tantalus arrives trying to kill them both. And then basically Percy, Annabeth, and Tyson escape camp and go towards a cruise ship that's heading towards the Sea of Monsters. So basically, cruise ship's the Princess Andromeda, which is Luke's ship. For those who've read the book, by which the books are better than the show and the movies. So here's what I say: the acting has significantly improved compared to the first season. Because the first season, the acting is not that good, especially for the children in the first season. Now, they're children. I'm not gonna expect great acting from all of them. Like the adults actually knew how they act in the first season for the most part. There are some that were, yeah. But this season, the acting is so much better. As far as the writing, I mean, think as far as so I don't like that they just went ahead and showed that Tyson was a Cyclops. Yes, book readers knew that, but they're supposed to have the reveal, the stuff with the mist, and that like in the first season, the big issue with the monsters was that they try and make them more sympathetic. That was a big issue with the monsters. Whereas this season, and so yeah, Reese tries to do things on her own. That is a major thing in the second book. They did not do that. They tried to have Annabeth control things. But guess what? Clarice is a child of Ares. One of the one of the points of the book is that she tries to fight her own battles. Like she's very I guess what Clarice does a lot of solo quests. Like and that she does not get along well with Percy and Annabeth. That is a common thing. She would never choose Annabeth unless she absolutely had to. So, yeah. Now, I don't recall, like, analysts trying to kill them in the book. Like, I do not recall that. But now, and also one of the issues is Chiron. So, Larry revealed that Luke destroyed, that Luke poisoned the tree in the show. In the book, that reveal is not till later. Now, most people could assume Luke did it, but there's an official reveal till later. Whereas, so, the reason Tantalus is there is because Chiron was framed for it. he like he frames like like Chiron is framed for poisonry, and the reason why it's believable in the book, not for the reader, but for some of the characters, that because Kronos is Chiron's father. You know, like that was the reasoning. So they took away a lot of that, and with uh, and they made Tantalus like Tantalus is a dick in the book. Like, he's a prick, but he's not like he doesn't try to kill them. He just punishes Percy and Beth in the book. He doesn't kitchen duty, clean the mess hall due to the Dephalian birds. Like, he wasn't trying to like kill them or anything in the books. In the show, he does. So they make him more evil. So yeah, I don't like that change. Like, I think like when it comes to plot reveals and stuff, how story progression, they should do it how the books did it. Even though we all know that Luke poisoned the tree, we all know that Jason's a Cyclops. You still have to do it as the book revealed it. Like, that is just proper storytelling. It's like Harry Potter. A lot of people read the books before the movies and knew about the plot points. But those movies did those reveals in the progression of the books. Now, those movies have their own issues, but they're significantly better adaptations than what we've gotten with Percy Jackson, the Olympians. So I'll say this, and yeah, you have the race swaps, whatever. They're just dumb. Like, there's so much diversity already. I think in Percy Jackson, we don't see why you need to do race swaps and stuff. Anyway, I'd say it's a yeah. It first season story wise was closer to the book than this season is. The acting's significantly better this season, so I don't know which one I say is better, but I think as far as ratings go, I don't know how good the ratings are because, like, you know, I don't think the season 2 got a lot of buzz. Like, I really don't think it got a lot of buzz, and that's Disney's fault for not marketing. Like, that's Disney's fault for lack of marketing. And so yeah, so I'm hoping for improvements. I hope. I have my doubts. Like, I have my doubts, and hopefully it gets better. So yeah, I I'd say it's mid. So I say these 2 episodes are mid. And that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.